Yeah, I kept it real from the jump. Living at my mama house, you know, you wearing lunch. I was trying to get it up. Working out night, traffic on the way home. My uncle calling me like, where you at? I gave you the keys, so you bring it right back. I just think it's funny how it goes. Now I'm on the road, have $1 million for a show. And we started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team. Yeah, started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom.
Testing. We're good. Good.
No, that's his fault. Thank you.
Good to go.
And now we're here!
Oh, we're looking good!
It's no wonder. Look at the genetics in this crowd.
This is a really handsome crowd.
Welcome school board members, board office staff, family, and friends. And a special thanks to our grad class for nominating us to be your valedictorians. I'm Lexi Grady.
And I am Mitch Levine. It is a great honor to be speaking on behalf of such an amazing group of graduating students. And don't worry, we'll make this speech quick so Jasper Pankratz doesn't have time to raise her hand and ask silly questions.
With all that being said,
What's good, Grad 2016?
look at us. We look good and smart in these caps and gowns, like scholars. We look like we've actually had our lives together for the past 4 years. Despite what people might think, take a closer look at us. We're teenagers, and for the past 4 years, our lives haven't necessarily been in order.
While we are recognizing our high school graduation accomplishment tonight, it is imperative that we recognize the Herculean effort by our teachers, friends, relatives, and immediate family members, many of whom are here tonight. Oh, and a special shout out to Wikipedia and Tim Hortons, because without them, we wouldn't be here.
On behalf of the entire graduating class of 2016, thank you to the Princess Margaret staff, friends, relatives, and family members. Thank you. You all deserve medals. However, due to recent budget cuts, you're only getting hugs.
Anyways, that was quite a song we played as we marched up here. You might be asking yourself why we came up here to Drake's song Started from the Bottom. Well, when you think about it, the song is very fitting as it represents our personal growth as humans from the start of our lives till now. We overcome many obstacles and we have learned many lessons. Every chapter in our lives is like a different soundtrack. Take, for example, kindergarten.
Our first soundtrack was Barney. Take it away, Mitch.
I'm not doing it.
Do it.
No.
Mitch, just do it. You have to.
I love you, you love me, we're a happy family.
Now all the parents out there are probably thinking, oh my goodness, not that song again. But hear us out. Overall, kindergarten taught us kindness and life values, learning how to share the light table and taking turns at the finger painting station. These were simple lessons, but because we were kids, we couldn't put all these values into practice right away. Sometimes we had to learn from our mistakes, such as not putting your tongue on a cold pole and not putting your fingers into places where you can't take them out. I bet the moms can vouch for that one.
And it wasn't long before Barney's theme song was old news and so 2002. And we moved on. We grew up, and we were ready for grade school. Avril Lavigne's Here's to Never Growing Up blasted out of our iPod Nanos. And we started playing grounders, kickball, or in Wiltsie's case, garbage can tag. Every single day. Also, half days turned into full days. Even though for some of us, half days are still a thing.
Then, of course, we made the big step to organized chaos, middle school. We couldn't tell you the soundtrack for middle school because let's be honest, it was the entire Justin Bieber album. This is where everyone caught Bieber fever. And we were so cool when we sat on that brown bench. We sat there with pride.
Let's get a quick show of hands. How many of you were on the brown bench at one point?
There's more of you. Come on.
Get him up. Lewis. Is Lewis there? Okay, good. But now, it totally was the worst when you were stuck on that bench and you couldn't be first in line for the pierogies.
And for the first time ever, we got homework. But this allowed us to develop amazing procrastination skills that we still carry with us to this day. But besides those who took school as a joke, it started to get serious. I mean, Caitlin Neary had her first serious relationship on Facebook with Justin Bieber.
And even worse than that, the fun idea of recess turned into nutrition break. Nutrition break. That was like getting socks for Christmas. I mean, don't get me wrong, Grandma. Like, the socks were really nice, but they're not Gucci.
And who could forget those body changes? At first, our parents, teachers, and friends were delighted when we discovered deodorant. But then they were appalled when we applied it with the intensity of a southern tornado.
It was an axe explosion. Not enough deodorant, gross. Too much deodorant, gross. We just couldn't balance that equation. The inability to balance equations sort of reminds most of us of math and chemistry class today.
And then Snoop Dogg sang in our ears.
We're living young and wild and free.
Welcome to high school, baby. A lot of firsts have happened over the past 4 years. Take, for example, driving. Who remembers the look on their parents' face the first time we sat behind their wheel in their car? I've only seen that look on my mom's face once, and that was after I told her I had my first boyfriend. But don't worry, she was quickly relieved when she found out it was the same boyfriend as every other girl. I was going to be the future Lexi Bieber.
However, most importantly, in the past 4 years, we have become part of a massive family. A family that is truly special and unique. It's not every day you walk into a school and you can see that every student is taken care of from A to Z. No matter who they are or where they're from. Literally, Mrs. Sorensen had A to K, and Mr. Kosas had L to Z.
Different cultures are honored as well. For example, all of our signs are in the traditional Okanagan language, and all of our international students' countries' flags are hung up on the wall. Everyone feels welcome at Maggie, until you don't pay your cafeteria tab and Mrs. Brooks comes looking for you like Dog the Bounty Hunter. This is when the soundtrack for high school turns into the Jaws theme song. But fearing that Mrs. Brooks is coming for you, it's worth it for those Mustang Eggers.
Oh yeah. But it truly is an amazing school. If you need solid proof, just take our BC Most Outstanding School Award. By the way, there is only one BC Best BC School Award. This award was not given just because of our sports teams, despite some of our athletes going off to play at the post-secondary level, but we were also rewarded on criteria, including student leadership, staff involvement in coaching, and public service projects. Needless to say, our school excelled in these areas.
For example, the Tanzania humanitarian trip. Raise your hand if you're a part of this trip. Now keep your hand up.
Whoever played on a sports team, keep your hands up.
Who's been in the jazz band? Or in the musicals?
Who's dressed up for Spirit Days? Global awareness? How about Gateway? Gateway program? Oh, I saw one. There we go.
Who helped with our school garden? Whose art has been in the art gallery? Who's helped with the recycling program?
Who's helped with the food bank with 10,000 tonight? Who's participated in Western Week?
Now keep your hands up and look around. As you can see, yeah, round of applause. As you can see, it's not just the activities that makes Maybe special, but the unique passion and commitment every student brings, because without them, they couldn't exist.
All of these characteristics are what shaped Maggie into the loving school that it is, and has brought together the awesome grad class that we have come to be. I mean, seriously, guys, we were the first class to get a grad lounge. But the real question is, where did it go?
But you know what? It doesn't matter too much. No one wanted to sit there after Dylan did in his mankini.
However, shenanigans like this made the grad year memorable, don't you think?
Some memories that come to mind are the grad breakfast at Denny's a couple times. We ran into the lake in April, stole the boys out of their houses at 7 a.m. and dressed them up as some weird-looking cowboys. And we even went skiing behind our mom's car and got it impounded. Overall, it's been an amazing year, coming together just like a family.
And during our time at Princess Margaret, there has been some tragedies and heartache, some joys and sorrows. But when those sad times came, we knew we could depend on our teachers and our friends and the comfort of being in a place with so much love. Remember that warm feeling and try to extend this in your own lives every day to others. Compassion is so important. Be easy on each other, because life really isn't that easy, and we don't know where we are in each other's journeys. And it really isn't that hard. Our teachers model it day to day through simple things such as have a safe weekend, make good choices, and I want to see you all here on Monday.
Now, as valedictorians, we're required to give you some advice that you haven't already heard. We're honored that you think we're up for the task, but the truth is, you've probably been hearing a lot of advice. So tonight, we want to leave you with a story.
Once upon a time, there was an old man walking along the beach. He noticed a young man was reaching down to the sand, picking up small objects and throwing them into the water. He came closer to see what the boy was doing and called out, "Hey, what you doing there?" The young man paused, looked up, and replied,
Throwing starfish into the ocean.
What for?"
The sun is up and the tide's going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die.
Upon hearing this, the wise man commented, "Seems kind of silly, doesn't it? There's miles of beach and millions of starfish. What difference could you possibly make?" At this, the young man bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it into the ocean. As it met the water, he said,
It made a difference for that one. It made a difference to that one. You see, grads, sometimes in life, you're going to feel like the starfish, baked by the sun, worn out, and feeling like you could never do this on your own. Well, in this instance, your parents, friends, and family are the Samaritans, walking the beach, saving your life. And sometimes it goes the other way. Once in a while, you're going to see your friends and family who need a helping hand as well. Other times, you'll encounter the people who will tell you that whatever you're doing can't be done and won't change anything. Our best advice? Show them it can be. Show them that through grit and perseverance, you will save as many starfish as you can. And to the parents, grandparents, friends and family in the crowd, thank you for helping pick us up when we were down. We look forward to returning the favor.
If Princess Margaret has taught us something, it's that we are a family, and we can rely on this family to pick us up. This family has shaped us into young adults and has prepared us for whatever the future has to bring. Now, grads, I need you guys to take 5 seconds and reflect on one person who has helped you. And when the ceremony is done, you need to thank them.
Whether you're heading to post-secondary, traveling, or working, it's obviously going to be significant change. However, don't fear this change, because it's the beginning of whatever you want.
A lot of you are going to go off and wander the world. We can't wait to see what you're all going to accomplish. But you must remember that in the traditional Silk language, Okanagan means a place to come back to, and Penticton means a place to stay.
Don't forget where you came from, and don't forget to thank those who helped you along this journey. You are Mustangs, grads. And once a Mustang, always a Mustang. Now for our final song in our high school soundtrack, we want to take you back to the 1980s when parents had acid wash jeans with ripped knees and long headbanging hair. Some of you dads are nodding out there.
You guys thought you were so cool?
The last song we want to leave you with is congratulations to the official Princess Margaret grad class of 2016. We did it!